One of the worst forms of advice you're ever going to get is if you go to someone and you say, man, I got to tell you something. I'm having this incredible pain in my left arm all the time, and my fingers are getting numb, and I'm short of breath. And people say, walk it off. It's going to go away. Put some dirt on it. This is exactly what people are saying, and they're looking at the changes and the package of changes that President Trump is bringing about. I understand the nervousness of tariffs. I'm not a tariff guy, but I am a package guy. Cleaning up corruption, tariffs is part of this. Getting the world back to a point where we can actually trade without these barriers, actually have free trade. That plays towards America. It also plays towards freedom. So when it's taken as a package, I'm far more willing to accept it. But I hear people offering this bad advice. Hey, your kid won't talk to you. Don't do anything. It'll get better. Your marriage is falling apart. Just let her go. It's just the way it is. And plus, change is hard. And there are people within the Trump administration who are answering this so well. This is Treasury Secretary Bessent talking to Kristen Welker on MSNBC, on NBC.
Do you acknowledge that President Trump's tariffs will cause prices to go up on a range of goods?
Well, Kristen, what I like is data. And if we look at data from President Trump's first term, and there's a big study that just came out from a group of economists, mostly at MIT, that showed that a 20% tariff on China led to a 0.7% tax or price level increase over 4 years. I think that's pretty good. If we can take in 20% in tariffs and it's a 0.7% increase. And Kristen, the little publicized story this week, everyone wants to look at the stock market going down. You know what else went down? Oil prices went down almost 15% in 2 days, which impacts working Americans much more than the stock market does. Interest rates hit their low for the year, so I'm expecting the mortgage applications to pick up.
Well, just to be very clear, though, I mean, during President Trump's first terms, the cost to Americans was nearly $80 billion in new taxes due to his tariffs. Prices did go up on everything from washing machines to tires.
Well, no, but let's go back. The aggregate number was 0.7, so we can discern the individual things. Also, households saw real net wages go up. So if wages go up faster than prices, which is not what happened over the past 4 years, that's why the bottom 50% got eviscerated.
Great data. In other words, it's a package deal. And you want to respond to data? I'll respond to some. We have in our country a data-based decision to block you from getting actual health care. It's data-based. Because why would they want you to be able to go get, say, stem cell treatment from umbilical cords and get an injection in an arm or a leg or a knee or a shoulder capsule or lower lumbar for, I don't know, $20,000 when they can charge your insurance company $200,000 for a surgery? And then you end up paying a good portion of this and follow-ups, et cetera, and not to mention the risks. That's math. That's data. I'm headed back down to Renew.Healthcare in Mexico, this time lower back, and it's my shoulder. This is because of what I do, because I refuse to stop doing CrossFit because I love it so dearly, but that's just me and a hobby. There are people who weren't able to work. Guy couldn't use his hands, couldn't step in and out of his truck. That got fixed in about 3 weeks, and the other doctors had said, hey, dude, this is the way it is, so take some pills, painkillers. Don't put up with that. Go to Renew.Healthcare. It's RENUE.Healthcare. Tell them you're part of the Todd Herman Show family, and they'll tell you how they can help you. They'll even give you the percentage chance of success. The bad advice would be to do nothing. And Bessent here recognized that the people who are being affected by the stock market, and look, we all have retirement accounts. He took into account the bigger picture. One of the things that drives me crazy about the left and their bad advice is don't do anything. Change is hard. Keep the corruption. Is they forget about people like this, a fifth-generation cattle rancher named Steve Lucy.
I think at this point, we should all be all in on what's happening. I mean, we had 4 years of a lot of mischief and sluggish economy and everything else and a lot of fake money. So we have to deal with a little bit of pain to have some gain, right? And I think we're going to have to just do that. I think this shrimper guy was interesting to me. I loved hearing that because our industry is the same. We have the lowest beef herd that we've had since 1950. And that is because so many people have gotten out of the industry over the years. And if we would have had this fair trade and our marketing would have been better, when we could have exported more of our beef, I don't think we would have lost all these farmers and ranchers. And that's going to take some time to rebuild.
Yeah. And get this, food is national security. It is. Starve a country of water, that's step one. Now you own them. Starve them of food, that's step two. Now you own them again. See, we need to look at the bigger picture here and understand that the bad advice we're getting is, well, don't change because change is hard. Change is hard. But we've taken a long time to get into this circumstance, and it's been by misstewarding the things God gave this country in terms of our land mass, in terms of the resources that we have here. It's going to take some time to turn it around. And remember this, President Trump isn't God, and he can't mess up on an eternal basis. Not for you. You control your eternal view. And if right now you're praying to the tariff gods instead of to God Almighty, that's not great stewarding of your own spiritual resources.